After several years of development, New Line Cinema's feature film version of Stephen King's classic horror novel It will finally start shooting next summer with True Detective director Cary Fukunaga at the helm. In an interview with Vulture, producer Dan Lin stated not only that they were beginning prep in March for a summer shoot, but that the film would be split into 2 movies, though Fukunaga still hasn't officially signed on for the second film yet. Mark, buy or sell this feature film version of It?
Well, I'm kind of pinned into a corner here because I'm sitting next to a very tall gentleman wearing It on his shirt. But I would have bought this anyway. I mean, look at that thing. I would have bought this anyway because I really liked, I actually read this book. If you can believe it, I actually read the novel, and I liked what they tried to do with the 2-part film that came out in the early 90s. The best part about that was the story of the kids. Then when they actually got into the horror element, it didn't really pay off as much for me. So I think if they can correct that flaw, I'm totally in to see this.
Schnapp?
Yeah, especially with the True Detective director. I mean, I think he did an incredible job directing all 8 of those episodes. He basically made one giant amazing film. So if they're going to split it into 2 parts, he's the guy to do it because he's used to making like baby mini movies that are like 50 minutes. So like, here, make 2 real movies that are, you know, 90 minutes each. So I'd prefer it to be 1 movie myself. I think they could do it. I think they could crush it down a little bit and not make 2 movies, but if they have to, it'd be great. And yes, I don't know if they can get Tim Curry back, but they should.
So. John?
I gotta sell this for now. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that they're bringing It. I think this is a great story, but I think they're making a mistake. If what the interview was said in the interview is true, if they are planning it now as splitting it up into 2 different films and doing it that way, I think that's a mistake at this point. I think from a business point of view, you gotta sit back and wait a minute. Let's see if the first one's any good, number 1, and number 2, let's see if the audience responds to it. If not, then you're already planning 2 films. So what's the worst that can happen here? You make 1 film that totally feels unsatisfying on its own because you made it as a first-parter, and you never follow it up because nobody went to go see it the first time around. I just think they should have knocked it out as a 2-hour, 20-minute 1 film, or no, that's it. I think they should have done it as 1 film right now. But I hope it's good because I like the idea that it's coming.
I'm going to buy it for Cary Fukunaga, who directed True Detective, which was amazing, and he did a great job with that. I am a little curious of why this was his next choice, you know, from True Detective to It. I guess maybe he likes to do a lot of different things, because I think before True Detective he did Jane Eyre.
Yes.
Which is interesting.
I interviewed him for that, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I always thought, well, that's a weird thing. The Jane Eyre guy's doing this True Detective thing, and now it's True Detective.
My one complaint about Jane Eyre, not enough killer clowns. So.
And then I'm also wondering, yeah, like, why he isn't doing the second one. Like, we've seen these like Mockingjay Part 1, Part 2, right? Harry Potter Part 1, Part 2, Twilight Part 1, Part 2, all the same directors. So if he's not officially signed on for the second one, I find that to be a little strange.
I think probably my guess is what happened is he signed on to do the movie It, and then they decided to split it into 2, and his contract is like, look, hey, I'm not signed on, so we can't technically say that until we renegotiate. So they haven't even shot it yet, the first one. So
good point.
It'll probably get worked out.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.